In the past few days, bumagsa ang ang chismis o sabi-sabi tungkol sa state of health ng ating Pangulo, which culminated today, nag-live siya sa Malacanang dun sa oath-taking ng Vice Mayor's League. Now, may nagtanong dito, bakit nag-oath-taking ang Vice Mayor's League? That's a good question kasi ang election was last year pa. Kung di ako nagkakamali, November 2025 yung election or yung Congress nila, and ngayon pa lang sila mag-oath-taking, which is very interesting kasi parang anong nangyari? Bakit ang tagal? So it's either napaka-efficient, and I mean that sarcastically, ng Malacanang, or they set this up so that meron siyang reason to go live. So nag-live sila kanina, which I think puts to rest many of the rumors. Now, we were discussing earlier on, bakit ginagawa ito? Now, Malacanang, it seems to me that a lot of the reasons why nagkakaroon ng ganitong rumors ay dahil mismo sa Malacanang din, dahil din sa presidente. He disappears for several days at a time, tapos pag rumagsa na naman ang mga rumors, saka siya lalabas after 3 or 4 days. No explanations. Pag tinatanong natin tungkol sa kanyang state of health, hindi naman tayo binibigyan ng kumpletong sagot. Sinasabi lang, he's okay. No explanation why he is not regaining the weight. No explanation why he looks so haggard, why his face looks, droopy. No explanation noon about, why he is not seen as often. Although, pag nakikita naman natin, naglalakad siya, nagsasalita. If they can do this naman on a regular basis, then I do not see why they seem to be encouraging the rumors. Now, there's a theory going around na one of the reasons kung bakit ganyan, hindi masyadong responsive doon sa mga rumors ang Malacanang is because they probably encourage it. It works for him. It works for them. It works for them because attention is drawn away from impeachment, from flood control, from corruption, and so on. So, hindi po natin nakikita yung kumbaga, it seems to be that they are okay with all of the rumors going around. Nagsalita lang si Sec Dave. It wasn't even about the state of health of the president. Nagsalita siya and warned against fake news on the energy situation. So yun ang winarning niya. It wasn't even about fake news on the state of health of the president. So, which is very interesting. Ito, for me, rather interesting. So it is entirely possible that they are not, or they're the reason that they are not responsive to rumors of the president's illness or alleged illness or rumored illness is because it seems to work for them. Kasi aligaga yung mga usapan tungkol sa state of health niya, kung may sakit ba siya, kung ano na nangyayari, meron pang mga katanungan kung buhay pa ba. So it keeps people distracted, and we're not talking about corruption issues. Very few people actually over the weekend or over the Holy Week talked about the winding up of the ICI. Yung ICI, halimbawa, hindi daw sila maglalabas ng mga report o yung final reports nito, hahayaan na lang daw nila ang ombudsman. They're just turning over everything to the ombudsman. Why is that? Why is that? When the ICI was formed, the president made the big announcement. Nung bago yan, when he was appointing yung mga commissioners, big announcement yan. And then there's a big deal about them doing this. There's a big deal about expanding their powers, which Congress failed to do. Maraming ganon. So the point here being is, of course, that the ICI's report ought to have been made public because it was very public. Everything was very public from the start, and they guaranteed to us transparency. Kaya naging public yung mga hearings. So it's interesting to note na the ICI started off with a bang and then ends up with a whimper. And now it is up to the ombudsman to divulge any of the findings of the ICI, assuming that they are ripe for divulging. For example, kung during the course of their investigation, insufficient yung evidence to file any case, but there is evidence to indicate the possibility of a crime. Possibility pa lang, we're not talking about probable cause, then will the ombudsman order further investigations? Di natin alam. For those cases na hindi tinuloy o very shallow yung investigation, we do not know what is going to be the outcome for that. Ang nakikita natin is the only outcomes will be the filing of the cases that are strong. So nauna na nga yung kay Senator Bong Revilla, but we do not see any others being filed. And as a matter of fact, what I see here is that since very few congressmen were actually investigated, in all likelihood, the cases, well, the investigations on many of the congressmen will die a natural death. Kasi hindi na yan i-announce at hindi na yan isa sa publiko ng ombudsman. One good development, however, is yung palabas ni si OMB Remulla doon sa kay SecGen Cheloy Garafil, saying na hindi hiningi niya yung mga salin ng ilang mga kongresista, hindi ibinigay, and so he says kakasuhan niya and papatanggal niya sa pwesto si Sec Garafil, si SecGen Garafil. Is this an improvement? Is this a good thing? Well, it's not a bad thing. We hope na lang na hindi yan basta palabas. I think it is also taking politics into consideration. Natural, grabing-grabe na yung mga komento tungkol sa kanila that none of the flood control projects are involving certain congressmen. None of the flood control projects are going up to the president. Pero ang sabi ng OMB, filean daw nila ng kaso si Martin Romualdez and Chis Escudero. O bakit silang dalawa? Yung isa Senate President, yung isa House Speaker. So parang yan, symbolic na he singled out the two top officials of the legislature, tapos kakasuhan daw ng ombudsman yung dalawa. Tingin ko, ewan ko in the case of Congressman Martin, ilang ulit na nilang sinasabi ang kakulangan sa ebidensya pagdating sa kaso ni Martin Romualdez. Kasi wala naman daw siyang pinirmahan, walang flood control projects, and so on. So this might require a more intensive investigation. Pero sabi naman ni OMB Remulla, next month, filing na ng kaso. It is a good thing that the ombudsman does not, an investigation in the office of the ombudsman will not render jeopardy. Ibig sabihin, pwedeng filean sila ng ombudsman. Pero pag na-dismiss yung kaso sa office of the ombudsman pa lang, hindi yan jeopardy and the case can be refiled later on when there is more evidence. No, walang double jeopardy pag nasa office ng ombudsman. Jeopardy will vest pag trial. Okay? So let's check on your questions. So dito, ganito yan if over kayo, you're flooding the feed, then mahihirapan talaga akong sagutin yung katanungan ninyo because it's an unfair advantage over the other commenters who don't flood. Lalong-lalo na yung iba kasi nakadata, so hindi nila gustong nag-flood. Na may unfair advantage talaga yung iba. So let's be fair, wag po yung flooding. You can repeat. Now, dun sa nag-promote ng kandidato for 2028, maaga pa po masyado dito. Maliban kay Inday Sara, siya pa lang naman po ang nagde-declare. Okay, next. Thank you kay Nova D. Hi kay Minion, Everdeen, at kay Sonia, at kay Banatelas TV. So, next. Hindi ko nakikita yung iba Sandala. Yun. Sabi ni Nock, I will support Sara Duterte. Senora Geneva is watching from their comfort zone. Hi kay Rand 16. Watching from CDO si Ma'am Ana, Deseren says managot. Dapat lahat daw managot. Thank you kay yours. And thank you kay Kyle. Sabi ni NBA agent, nagtataka ako doon sa oath-taking ng mga Vice Mayor Alliance daw ni BBM. For what? Baon? Sa kaanta ba ni BBM doon? Might be because they're baka marami namang suot. Kasi medyo maluwag yung barong Sabi ni Shane, busy po ako parati kaya minsan lang po ako makakita ng news. Ask ko lang po ano po mangyari sa impeachment ni VP ISD. Well, wala tayong bolang kristal but as far as we can see, there's one case that's in the Supreme Court pero hindi po si VP ang nag-file ng kaso na yon. There's also at kino-contest nila yung ginagawa ng House. So hindi magpapakita si VP. Sinabi naman ng mga kongresista kanina o ni Congressman Luisto that she is waiving her right to mount a defense. Okay lang yun. Yun naman talaga gusto ni VP. Kumbaga, paubaya na sa Kongreso. Kung ano man ang magiging hatol nila, hindi na sila magpa-participate. Kung maghatol sila and they may finding of probable cause, iaakit na yan sa Senado. Ano na lang, magbutuhan na lang sa plenaryo. Actually, para dun sa mga nagsasabi tungkol sa video, nakapost po sa Luminous yung oath-taking. Yung isang post, I think na tungkol na nandun si Enrile, that was one of our cabinet meetings. Tingin ko nandun pa nga ako kasi yung nandun sa still shot, si Sec Jimmy yun eh. Si Sec Jimmy Bautista nung DOTR pa siya. So, sabi ni Kid, napaka-sensitive ng mga taga-PCO kaya siya kakasuhan ang nagpapakalat ng sakit ni BBM, samantalang yung kay PRD noon, hindi nila tinigilan ang health ng matanda, hindi naman nagkaso si PRD. Ayaw nga ni PRD nagkakaso kasi naniniwala siya sa free speech. Okay. Sabi ni Jordan, Madam, dati isang kahig isang tuka, ngayon puro kahig, halos walang tuka. Ang hirap ng buhay. Totoo yan. Lahat naman tayo nararamdaman natin. Some of us are better able to ride it out. Lalong-lalo na kung may mga maleta. So, naiintindihan ko, kaya nga very frustrated ang mga tao dito sa ating Pangulo at very frustrated and hoping for a change. And sometimes, what people are hoping for is a change in the leadership. Sabi ni Didi, BBM looks tired and really sick. He needs to rest. Maybe he needs help from VP Inday. Let her lead. Sabi ni Rachel, hi po, watching from HK. Ingat po kayo, attorney. Gandang gabi po. Piling-pili lang kasi kinakasuhan at iniimbestigahan. Sabi ni Shin, feel ko hindi po siya mataba dun sa oath-taking. Mukha siyang minamanas. Oh my goodness. Grabe yung mukha niya, lalo na sa may bandang dulo ng picture taking. Parang inaantok na nahihina. Maybe need some rest. Baka kulang sa tulog. Sabi ng isa dito, what led you to change your political stance? I did not change my political stance. BBM knew that I was DDS when he hired me as his press secretary. Alam niya yun. But at the time, kasi parang DDS din siya. In fact, he would say something like that sometimes. DDS din ako kasi I really support Duterte. Sabi ni May, Marcos lies so much. That's true. Sabi ni Isidro, pag si Sara ng presidente, mag-apply ako ng work as firing squad member kung may death penalty na. Ikaw reference ko. Well, you know, a lot of the congressmen might oppose yung death penalty. Di pa pala tayo we're supposed to have a special na discussion on the death penalty. Sabi ni Randy, alam mo na kung anong next sa Manay. Alam mo yung mga jokes that are so corny, nakakatawa. Sabi ni Al Melo, watching from Batangas City, thank you for updating us on more info. Sabi ni Kid, so kung chismis lang na stage 4 na si Junior, magkakaso kaya ang PCO sa mga nag-post doon sa FB? Hindi naman siguro magpo-post yung iba na stage 4 na di umano si Junior kung wala silang pinanghahawakan. Well, it might be hearsay. Ngayon, ako ang tingin ko dyan, a lot of the posts did not refer to him specifically, puro blind item. So that would be a little difficult. Hi kay Just Marvel. Sabi ni Mystique, sabi ng sister ko na nasa Baguio, konti na lang sasakyan pag gumabi na kasi nga mahal ang gasolina. Kahapon nga daw, naglakad na sila pa uwi ng bahay after magsimba. Ingat po. Lahat din po. Naku, dami talagang naglalakad ngayon. Nauubos ang mga bisikleta, yung mga motor na binibenta, puro nauubos. Sabi ni Chody, I like Sarah, dati rin akong BBM, Paris mo. Pero now DDS, kung saan ka man doon ako, idol ko ikaw. Sir, hindi ako naging BBM. Sinuportahan ko si BBM kasi two things. One, inendorso siya ni VP Inday. And two, nangako siya ng continuity. At nangako siya, itutuloy niya yung mga programa ni PRD. Pinupuri pa nga niya dati yung mga programa ni PRD, di ba? So, talaga nabudol ako doon. Pero magkakilala kami at part of the reason why I was supportive of his candidacy nga is kasi nga si VP, ano yung sinabi ni VP Inday noon, hindi ko magagampanan ang pagiging vice presidente kung hindi nyo iboboto si BBM bilang presidente. So, hindi po ako lumipat. Matagal, PRD naman talaga ako from the start, from the elections, from campaign. Kung makikita niyo po, yung mga namin, yung mga posts namin nung time na yon, kami po yung nag-e-explain. Kami po yung kinagigigilan ng ibang mga ng mga status quo people. Sabi ni Zaide, natawa ako sa live ng Malacanang kasama ni Enrile. Well, hindi naman po yun yung pinost ko. Yung pinost ko is the oath-taking. Wala naman po si Enrile doon. So, si Pangulo, yung video that has the late Senator Secretary Enrile was back parang 2022 or 2023 pa po yun. Sabi ni Fernando Guerrero, okay, back to regular programming. Blanco BICAM 2025, BICAM 2025, Ghost Flood Control Projects. Bakit yun lang? Yung 2024. Yung Ayuda 2024, hindi kayo galit doon? Yun yung nag-umpisa. Alam niyo kung bakit maraming hindi natuloy ng mga proyekto? At kung saan nila nilagay yung mga pinanghugot para sa mga maleta? Nilagay nila sa unprogrammed funds. A lot of it, and then yung iba, kinonvert to Ayuda. Yung mga nandun sa mga agencies, kinonvert to Ayuda. Tapos nilagay nila yung flood control and other infrastructure projects sa unprogrammed. Sabi ni Mark, dahil sa tanong ng reporter kay Auntie Claire, anong legasiya nagawa sa pamumuno ni BBM? Walang maayos na sagot. Kaya nagpakitang gila si BBM, nakasuhan ko si Tamba. Pero tingnan nyo, ang tagal. Ano pala ngayon? April 6. Ang filing daw, May pa. So anong ibig sabihin nun? Isang buwan pa bago nila i-actually file. Patulan natin to. Lirico says, magdemanda kayo, dami niyong kuda, nasa na yung bloodbath. Hindi ba yung kongreso yung dinudugo ngayon? Ang gagaling ng mga lawyers ni VP at ang dami. May isang batch of lawyers na hindi representing VP Inday na nag-file sa Korte Suprema. And in the meantime, who's losing the comms war? Hindi ba sila? Sila nag-aakusa pero sila yung nagdi-demand na yung respondent ang mag-produce ng ebidensya. The bloodbath is already happening kasi na-expose yung mga congressmen every day that not only do they not know their law, they are intent on repeating the debacle in the Supreme Court that happened in the Supreme Court last year. Good luck with that one. It's already the bloodbath. Palibasa kayo, selective Nag-umpisa na po. Tingnan niyo yan, sa bakbakan. Sino bang mga abogado dyan ang nagsasparkle, kumbaga, ang nagsastand out sa Kongreso? Wala. Yeah. And in fact, hindi nga nila magawa. Dinidare na sila ni VP Inday. Sige, file nyo na. File nyo na. Na kayo, make a finding of probable cause. Ibig sabihin, talo siya, di ba? Sige, file nyo na yung probable cause. Sige, pagbotohan nyo na sa plenaryo. Sige, tuloy na natin ito sa Senado. Sinong may ayaw? O, di ba? You're not even making Sabi ni Liricos, ito na yung pinakasagot niya. Kayo yung selective, wag ipokrito. Number 1, ad hominem ka. Number 2, ano yan? How old are you? 6. Diba? You did it. No, you did it. It's your fault. No, it's your fault. Wow, really? How brilliant. Oh my gosh, we should all be blown away, guys. Kaloka, diba? So that's it. That's your argument. Let's come back when you grow a brain. Sabi ni Batang Makata, Attorney, pagkakinasuhan ba si Romualdez ng plunder, pero ipapatalo lang ni Remulla, pwede ba siya mahabol sa kasalanan niya pag si Sara na nakaupo? Kinasuhan ba si Romualdez ng plunder, pero ipatalo na? It depends kung ano yung stage. kung nandun na sa trial court sa Sandigan Bayan at ma-dismiss doon, baka may jeopardy na, hindi na mauulit yan. Kung doon sa ombudsman pa lang yung kaso, tapos ma-dismiss siya doon, then pwede pa pong i-refile. Thank you kay the Takoramen. Tama ba? Nakita ko po si Sen Marcoleta na may meeting sa Japan. Ano po outcome ng meeting po nila? Hope Tatay Digong's release. Well, nag-usap pa lang naman sila. He talked to the person who spoke on behalf of PRD's case in the Human Rights Council ng United Nations. So I don't know what the outcome is. Di naman nila in-announce. They only announced that they had a meeting. Sabi ni Trip ni Red, Attorney Trix, huwag niyong gamitan ng words like debacle, baka di niya maintindihan. Di nga nila mag-gets na dapat sila mag-produce ng evidence, hindi yung accused. Ayun na nga eh. Tapos galit, sila yung galit, ano? Wala silang ebidensya pero sila yung galit na galit. Funny. See, all he does is, ito yung mga sagot niya, pag inaakusahan siya dito ng mga DDS, he'll only say, kayo yun. Di ba? What? I was being generous when I asked if you're 6 years old. Sabi ni Kyle, for all we know, they are the progenitors of these rumors about the president so that they have reasons to intimidate and sue those who are going to take it up. That's also possible. But remember reposts or shares are not actionable. Hindi po siya, it's not going to be considered a crime. So, ang suggestion ko is, if you see it, then you share it, then there's no liability on you. Except for the social media platform. So for example, sa Facebook, pinaparusahan nila yung mga nag-share di umano ng fake news. So don't do that. Sabi ni Kyle, don't get roped in only to be let down. It's tiring getting our hopes up and then finding out it was merely a rumor. Sabi nga ni Tatay, kay sira-sira. Ooh. Thank you kay yours. At kay Ace, maraming salamat. Sabi ni Steve Ficus, I am from Ilocos. I dislike all of the Marcoses, Aranetas, and Aquinos. I want Duterte to take over. Nice. Sabi ni Enan, baka Pantalya lang na kinasuhan kunwari, Pantasya, pero iba pala ang tutuluyan. Well, Pantalya, pwede rin. Sabi ni Liricus, di wow, yun, it's the sign na wala na siyang argument. Andun yung ebidensya. Andun, but he does not know what that evidence is. Kaya nga, puro takbo kayo sa Supreme Court. Hindi pa nga tumatakbo si VP sa Supreme Court eh. Nag-file ba siya ngayon? Obviously not. You didn't read the petition, You didn't even read the news. Sino yung mga petitioners sa Korte Suprema? Attorney Torreon, Attorney Delgra, Attorney Vic, and other lawyers from PDP, sina Attorney Raul Lambino, Attorney Jimmy Bondoc, and Dr. Richard Mata. Marami pa yun. Marami. There are some na hindi ko na Tapos, the funny thing with these people, they'll say something, tapos they think it's so funny, sila yung tatawa. Because of course, it's not funny and nobody will laugh at their jokes. So sila na lang ang tatawa. So they'll put in yung mga laughing emojis, thinking na if they post that, the joke will look funny. I have news for you. It's not. Humor requires intelligence. Sabi ni Alan, sana wag muna siyang kunin. Pahirapan muna sana yung maging butot balat at uy grobe. So, gusto ko managot. Yun yung ko. I don't really want yung mga ganyan na extra judicial or extra legal. Pero as long as nobody's doing any harm to them, I'm fine with that. Kung tadhana ang gumalaw, I'm also fine with that. Hi kay Joe Mel. Sabi niya, not a DDS but pro Duterte, more power. Sabi ni Mindita, I'm from Kalinga, walang solid north. I love it. Sabi ni teacher, I tried correcting fake news, kaso ako pa yung napinalay. So, don't share it, kumbaga, or don't repost it. So, you can talk about it, you can quote it, and then debunk. So, another fake news. So, sabi niya, natanggal ka kasi sa pwesto kaya dami niyong kuda. Di ba obvious, iisa kayo ng hilatya? Okay. So, by your statement, we can conclude, number one, talo ka na dun sa previous arguments mo at aminado ka. Kasi hindi mo maipaglaban eh. So, nandito ka na, nag-ad hominem ka na. Natanggal ka kasi sa pwesto. Unang-una, hindi ako natanggal. Kung gusto mo, i-post ko pa yung acceptance letter ng resignation ko. The BBM said you have to take care of your health. So, mali ka na doon, yung idol mo pa yung nagsabi eh. So, ngayon, yung sinasabi mo, di pa ba obvious? That is a statement that admits you have no evidence of anything that you are saying. Ang sinasabi mo, di pa ba obvious? You're not making any presentation of evidence. So, ulitin ko ha, the conclusions we can make based on your statement are, number one, you admit that you were wrong in all the previous arguments kasi hindi mo maipaglaban, hindi mo masagot, hindi mo madibang. Second, it's gotten to the point na hindi ka na nga makasagot, so you resort to an ad hominem. Ano naman ang connection dun sa natanggal ako, which is a lie on your part, by the way, or obviously fake news? It's still not related to what we were talking about. We were talking about VP's impeachment, so this has nothing to do with the impeachment. Now, if you are questioning my judgment, then, sige, game, magpresenta ka ng argumento mo. Present the facts, present the law, present the evidence that you claim to know about, but has not been presented. So again, as a matter of fact, hindi nga pinoproduce sa public yung mga attachments ng complaint. So I really would like to see what you have to present, yung sinasabi mong mga ebidensya. So wala pa rin. Kung babalik ka lang and then you're going to take a pot shot at me and say whatever else, kung ano-ano na naman sasabihin mo sa akin, it'll just go back to you. You are admitting. Okay, ayan, talking about BP, pero puro fake news kay BBM. So once again, you are admitting na pati dun sa sinabi mo na natanggal ako, aminado ka na naman na mali ka because you have not sufficiently debunked it, you have not answered me, you have not provided evidence, you have not provided an argument. Ang sinasabi mo at may bago na naman, puro kayo fake news kay BBM. That's wonderful. Pero ito yung sasabihin ko sa iyo. Nakailang kaso na ako and I have had many of them already dismissed. So hindi ko alam kung saan mo nakukuha yung mga ganyan na fake news. By the way, ano ba ang definition mo ng fake news? Kasi yung mga kongresista mismo, hindi nila ma-define eh. Thank you dun sa nagpadala sa GCash. Hindi ko na makita kasi na ano na eh. Thank you din kay Shin Plaza. Sabi niya, I'm from Abra and the DDS since 2016. Nagigising na ang mga taga sa amin na maka-BBM dahil sa oil price hike. Wala raw pong ginagawa si BBM. Excellent. Well said. Thank you. Ma'am C, thank you very much din po. So, ayan, papakita ko lang sila. Ayan. Sabi ni Ma'am Joanna, kain ka muna tol, tsaka magkape ka na lang din. Sabi ni Jason, hindi magpapresenta ng data yung toll na yan. Gusto lang niya ng engagement para masulit ang bayad sa kanya. I don't think so. I think this is one of those na na masyadong cheap. Kasi may mga ranking din yung mga sa mga toll farms. Merong iba, they're just supposed to be they're just supposed to post a comment, they're not going to engage. Kasi nga incapable sila of engaging. Mababa yung bayad ng mga yan. So, ngayon, hindi na siya makaumang kasi nga, once you ask them to engage, all of their arguments fall apart. So, ito naman si JA, another one. Sabi niya, walang ginawa si PBBM, puro kayo fake news. See where the argument fails? Akala niya, by flooding that statement, nakakaumang siya or na makipapakinggan siya. But look at the statement. Walang ginawa si BBM, question mark, puro kayo fake news. So, instead of saying, walang ginawa si BBM, ito yung mga ginawa niya. Hindi niya malista. Instead, he makes an accusation. So what does that mean? He has two baseless statements right away. Walang ginawa si PBBM. So, sure, wala siyang ginawa. Totoo yan. Thank you for affirming that. And the way you affirmed it was by questioning it and then not providing an answer. So sabi mo, walang ginawa si PBBM. The natural next statement to that should have been, ito ang mga ginawa niya. May binili ang gobyerno na langis from Japan, nasa La Union. O ngayon, they're supposed to do that. Shortage na eh. Akala mo, may nagawa siya as in anything extraordinary. Late na po yan. As a matter of fact, kulang na nga ang langis. They're covering it up. Tapos na po yung buffer stock. Assuming na totoo yung sinabi niya na 30 days. Tapos na po yung 30 days na yon. February 28 po nag-umpisa ang gyera. So, talagang dapat bumili sila. The reason bumili sila sa Japan is because nga nag-shutdown na ang Strait of Hormuz. At kahit may fake news sila or may mga balita silang paasa na papadaanin daw ang mga barko ng Pilipinas, hindi pa rin niya nararamdaman. So, here's the point. He knew na magkakaroon ng krisis, pero hindi siya naghanda. Dapat dinagdagan yung pag-imbak. Kasi halimbawa, tingnan niyo ang Japan, ilan ang inimbak nila? 3 buwan worth, 3 to 4 months. Sila yung longest, sila yung pinakamaraming naimbak. Ito si BBM, February 28, dapat nagpa-imbak na siya. Or doon pa lang, iniliwagan na niya yung mga alternatives such as itong mga renewables. Pero sa totoo lang, since 2022, wala siyang ginawa about renewables. Kaya hirap na hirap tayo. So but what I like about this guy is it seems nakikinig siya. Kasi tumitigil siya mag-post pag nagsasalita ako ng comment. So, by the way, kung mga ako sa kayo, make sure na meron kang ebidensya. Kung ang ebidensya mo ay mga AI photographs, alam na natin yung kalidad ng argumento ninyo. Sabi ni Winwick, impeachment court, kailangan ba talaga na 16 senators ang mag-convict kay VP o paano pag nag-absent si Senator Bato at makulong si Cheese, magiging 22 senators na lang? 2/3 ng 22 is 15, most likely. Ano po naging conclusion ng Quadcom sa hearing nila? May nabuo ba silang batas? Wala. Sabi ni Ma'am Ola, another trolls code. 3 yun. I don't know if it's the same person using different call signs. Sabi ni Miss Blonde Fox, we wanted the truth, we wanted justice, we wanted cases to be filed. We wanted these rascals to answer. We wanted those who are sentenced in prison for the longest time. Enough is enough. Actually, ang mali lang po yung tense nyo. We still want it. We want the truth. We want justice. We want cases to be filed. We want the rascals to answer. We want those who are sentenced in prison for the longest time. Diba? Enough na talaga. Sabi ni Naix, these trolls are adding negative points to their cause. Nag-backfire ginagawa nila. Kaya nga Thank you very much kay Mocha Princess, kay Ma'am Marichu, at saka sabi ni Superior Success, maraming ginawa si BBM. Maleta pa nga ni. O, di ba? I hope may sumagot dyan. Sabi ni Lululu, may binili, kamusta yung presyo ng langis? Yun. Sabi ni Gabriel, government ngayon, very poor ang services. Grabe. Ma'am Melody says, hindi ako marunong mag-fake news. Napapanood ko yan sa mga balita. Basta napapanood ko yan sa mga balita. Sabi ni Lirico, sabi nga ni Digong, wala siyang magagawa ng time niya sa petroleum issue. Pero tumaas ba ng ganito? Tignan niyo yung presyo ng langis ngayon. Not only that, our economy was so strong, we were able to weather it. Di lang yun, naglabas talaga ng pera ang gobyerno. Naglabas nagkaroon ng yung mga ayuda merong in exchange for work, lalo-lalo na sa transport sector. So hindi masyadong nabigatan. So ikaw, anong ginawa ni BBM? Sinabi lang ni Digong na wala siyang magawa, pero meron siyang ginawa. And we can actually cite them. Mula akong balita kung nasa spokes ako bukas. Sabi ni Trip ni Red, may malabag po ba na right pag na-arrest ka if nakatopless ka sa kalye? Ang qualifier nila is if you loiter daw sa street. How about if nakatayo ka lang sa labas tapos hinuli ka? Babae o lalaki ang topless? Merong mga ordinances kasi in certain cities na bawal yan. Maging babae, maging lalaki. So kasi pag babae, and you see how the laws work against us, pwedeng alarms and scandals, mga ganon. Sabi ni Alenea, yung build na barikada sa Mendiola, yun yung legacy. O nga, sabi ni Winston, boring yung speech ni BBM kanina, walang laman, latang-lata. Sa mga kapwa ko loyalista, mamulat na tayo na ang hirap ipagtanggol ni BBM, ni Bongbong. Kasi ramdam ng buong bansa ang failure niya as president ng bansa. PhilHealth na binalik yung pondo, di pa nga nababalik yata Nag-zero budget si PhilHealth na siya mismong pinagtanggol ni BBM. Yung pagpirma ng most corrupt budget sa history ng Pilipinas. Huwag magkulong sa mga echo chambers. Huwag nyo i-push back ang katotohanan. Kawawa mga loyalista, pero todo tayo tanggol sa kanya. Sabi ni Home Diva, I'm sorry that your experience as a cabinet member was so traumatic. Next time it will be better, I'm sure. Well, if there is a next time, sabi ni Ma'am Mocha Princess, famine is waving dahil sa 20 to 30% ng fertilizer pass through the Strait of Hormuz. Yes, and we're not hearing anything from this government. Nag-imbak ba sila? Eto, sabi ni Liricos. Yata, quote unquote. Ikaw nga, wala kang kahit yata eh. Sige nga, we're still waiting for your evidence, by the way, and your arguments. So, no, you don't get to bash those things. You have to, you haven't even done anything. Ang ginagawa mo is, sagot kami ng sagot, pero ikaw hindi ka sumasagot. So, now, it's your turn. Hindi kami sasagot until sumagot ka. Yung may laman ha, kasi kami nag-e-explain pa kami. Yung may laman. So, itong si JA. So, JA, aminado ka na mali yung argumento mo earlier, ha? Sabi niya, sabi Sarah before pa sila umupo, meron na yung maleta. Ay sus, sige nga, labas mo yung link. Walang ganun. Ang sinabi ni Inday is matagal nang umukuha ng pera sa gobyerno o nagpapamigay ng pera from dubious sources itong Marcos couple. That's what she said. So, sabihin mo nga, chapter and verse. Kailan niya sinabi o magpadala ka ng link. Otherwise, you're just talking through your rear end. Oba, siya pa yung grabe sa'yo, fall from grace daw, not worth my time, excuse me. Hoy, wawa naman, ad hominem na naman, tapos not worth my time. So, give up na siya because now, he has to admit that every single argument that came before has not been rebutted by him. Aminado siya na hindi nila masubstantiate yung kanilang mga argumento kasi nagka-hopping sila ng issues. Nagsha-shopping ng mga issues hoping that one of them is going to land. Excuse me. Di ba? Sino lang ba nagmumukhang insufficient dito? Sino yung nagmumukhang kulang talaga sa pagdidepensa ng kanilang panig? Hindi ba kayo? Nag-ad hominem ka na eh. Ako na yung tina-target mo. Di ba? But I can do that even if I don't know you, even if you're a nobody. Di ba? Yeah, I can do that. Because number one, you can barely string two words together and make sense. So, and I can do this all day. So, yun nga lang. The difference is, ako, kikita ako dito sa live ko. Ikaw, diba? Sabi ni Sleep Spell, Liricos, mag-live ka rin, inggitero. Yung gift to gifts. Oo nga, no? Tingnan natin, magkano na ba? Oh, diba? This is money that you're not gonna see in your lifetime. Uy, thank you sa lahat ng nagpadala ng hand hearts. So, mukhang aabot tayo sa gift goals, ha? So, when Tatay Digong made those laws in Davao, ordinances po, like the bawal ang nakahubad, no karaoke after 10 p.m., bawal mag-inuman sa labas, etc., the Davaoenos just followed with a happy heart. Sabi ni Miss Blonde Fox, the one who spilled the beans was Zaldico, one of their own. He's the one accusing BBM Martin et al. To cover his own rear end and protect himself from any plan to erase him. He's not the hero. Sabi ni Jason, may nagawa naman daw di umano si BBM. Nagpasinaya ng tulay na di naman niya pinagawa at nagpasinaya ng EDSA carousel bus stop sa Kamuning. Oh, by the way, Miss Blonde Fox, the full concept of a whistleblower is somebody equally guilty or somebody guilty will give the evidence. So hindi natin pwedeng i-denounce si Zaldico because without him, there will not be enough information. Kumbaga, he tells us where the investigation is supposed to go or he has told us. So para sa akin, bakit tayo magagalit sa whistleblowers? Oo, he's not the hero. And oo, may mali siyang ginawa. And oo, dapat may forfeiture cases na fina-file laban sa kanila. But, hindi rin natin siya i-denounce. Hi kay Jency. Thank you, Sir Art. Sabi ni Ivan Jane, mas okay yung kay Remulla kasi mamimigay siya ng calling card ng 9/11 para sa mga foreigners. Wow. Grabe sa achievement. Sabi ni 12GM, under Duterte's administration, within 3 years of assuming office, he had already implemented long-term transformative policies such as universal healthcare and the train law. Totoo yan. Ma'am, mali ang Kodak na pinalabas nila sa Malacanang. Ang Kodak nila na nagpa-oath taking sa mga vice mayor sa palasyo ay noon pa yan, April 2025, kasama pa dyan si Enrile. Actually, hindi po. Tignan niyo po kasi yung pinost ko, yung pinost ng PCO. Iba po yung pinupuntirya nyo. Actually, yung pinupuntirya nyo, hindi po yan oath taking ng vice mayors. Yan yung sa ano, that was our cabinet meeting. Alam ko yan. I know that event. Andyan pa nga yata ako eh. So, hindi po yan. There is a live na video. Sabi ni Ma'am Ola, well, it's true, meron naman nagawa si BBM. Yun nga lang, hindi para sa mga mamamayan, puro sa mga mayayaman o nagpapayaman. Kawawa ang simpleng Pilipino tulad natin na lumalaban ng patas. There you go. Sabi ni Randy, nag-exit na si Liricos. Nagka-incentive na po, magpapalit yun ng ID. Nagka-incentive siyang tumigil kasi hindi siya nakakasagot. The purpose to come here is to try to us, not just to dishonor us, na iinsultuhin tayo, but to discourage us. So akala nila kasi ang galing-galing nila pag sinasabi nila ganito, ganyan. But the fact of the matter is they're not. Number two, they have not learned from the elections of 2022 or the elections of 2016 or 2019. Remember Ocho Inidoro? Lubos, wagas na wagas yun. And the reason for their losses is simple. They insulted the biggest voting bloc. So remember that. Every time makikita ninyo na nasty sila, ganyan, tanungin nyo, are you alright? Mukhang tumataas blood pressure natin, ha? Kailangan niyo po ba ng catapress or something like that? Sabi ni JB, di tayo ma-brainwash ni Liricos. Oo, hindi, walang gulantang eh. But they have to earn a living, so kung ano-ano na lang. Ang tingin ko dyan is they have not been sufficiently trained by their handlers. Kasi kahit yung mga handlers nila, hindi marunong. Sabi ni CTM, the only thing I don't agree with Tatay Diggs was the train law. It's a ridge regressions trade-off. Explain. Sabi ni Superior, may nakausap kami na ex-general ng Malacanang, addict talaga si BBM. Yun nga, you can't explain the refusal to take a drug test. Natuwa ako. Sa last year, nung kasagsagan ng calls for a drug test, yung kasagsagan nung nilabas, recently pala, nung nilabas ni Senator Amy yung tungkol sa paggagamit niya ng bawal na gamot, may mga nag-attempt na ilabas yung drug test niya from the 2022 elections. Tawang-tawa naman ako, ang drug test ina-update because it gives you a snapshot of your condition, the body's condition at a certain time. Pagka may umangat na naman na issue, you can't use an old drug test result. So doon pa lang nakikita natin na mahina talaga ang dumidepensa kay PBBM. O bukod pa dyan, sinasabi na wala naman kayong ebidensya. As if yung testimonial evidence ni Amy Marcos hindi ebidensya. Sabi ni AJU, bakit po ibang Pilipino na nakakasunod sa batas sa ibang bansa pero pagdating sa Pilipinas parang hirap na hirap sumunod sa batas? Dahil po ba hindi strict ang batas? No, it has nothing to do with the law and everything to do with enforcement. Sino yung humuhuli? Kasi ganito yung iba hindi sila natatakot, hindi nila nakikita yung cause and effect. Kumbaga, halimbawa, may mga mandadaya sa taxes nila. The BIR is so overworked and they usually only go after the big taxpayers. Pero pag ni-randomize nila yung audit at mahuli, doon lang nagkakaroon ng consequences. So yun, it's because hindi parating evident yung consequence. Anong umaangat? Sabi ni bakit bukas yung door? Can you please keep him out of there kasi masama kay Serb yung cat food. Sorry, Serb is raiding the cat food. Mapapasuntok ka na lang sa hangin, sayang di pala totoong chismis. Buhay pa pala, sabi ni John. Sabi ni Leo, bobo po, 80-80 po kasi ang mga galamay ni BBM. Well, alam mo, kapwa Pilipino natin yan, and I don't really like to assume that. I think they're not well prepared. So ito yun. If presidente ka na, mayroon kang halos only funds na ginagamit, ang dami mong tall armies, pero you never took the time out to train them sufficiently or to teach them the argument, something is wrong. I think what really is wrong here is talaga naman meron silang ginagawang masama o hindi totoo o marami silang mga milagrong ginagawa, which is why ang hina ng depensa, because being insiders to certain information, alam nila na mali yung pinagtatanggol nila, kaya mahina. That's one of the reasons humihina ang argumento pag alam mo na mali pero pinagtatanggol mo pa rin because you have to.